Today is December 18th, and today's quote is entitled, "Have you forgiven?" How do you know you have forgiven? When you recall those who have hurt you, and you can wish them well, you have forgiven. People often ask, have I really forgiven? I'm not sure. I feel like it, but how do I really know? When you see that person, when you think of that person, when you interact with that person, you feel different. You no longer have issues with them. You no longer have resentment towards them. You can deal with them. In some cases, you can be very good friends with them. There's no negative emotional connection to them. Now, if there still is some negative emotional connection, it's probably more forgiving needs to be done. And obviously, if you become their well-wisher, certainly you must have forgiven them. Now, you might say, wow, becoming a well-wisher of a person who has hurt me, who has abused me, that is a bit out of my league. But we can say that's Krishna consciousness. Certainly Thakur Haridas is an example, Ambarish Maharaj is an example, Prahlad Maharaj is an example. There's so many examples of great devotees who were harassed, Lord Jesus Christ as well. And they prayed for the people that harassed them. So obviously, when we read such stories, we think these are categories of devotion and levels of Krishna consciousness that are probably unachievable for me in this life. But I don't think we should see it that way. I think we should see that this is what Krishna consciousness is, and when you become Krishna conscious, this is how you feel, and a little bit of that attitude, that understanding, the desire to achieve that position should rub off on us when we hear those stories. So just like Lord Jesus said, someone slaps you in the face, give them the other cheek. So forgiveness is very interesting, because what you're doing is you're being kind to someone who wasn't kind to you. You're returning unkindness with kindness, even though they deserve your unkindness and they don't deserve your kindness. So you're not giving them what they deserve. You're giving them something much better. And that is, of course, the mood of Mahaprabhu, the whole mood of the Krishna consciousness movement, the Audarya mood. So to think that I could become a well-wisher of someone who's hurt me, it's a goal or an intention that I think is worth striving for, at least considering how to do it. And don't shy away from such things, because as devotees, as practitioners, this is what it means. This is the direction we're going. This is the reality. Sometimes I joke by saying, if when we wanted to become devotees, if this was one of the qualifications, that in order to chant Hare Krishna first, you have to become the well-wisher of everyone who's ever hurt you, we may not have many members. It's a scary thought, but it's actually what it means to be Krishna conscious. High levels of compassion develop in the heart of a Krishna conscious person. And a Krishna conscious person, he sees everything as Krishna's will, so ultimately there's no one to forgive. So try to imbibe this. Don't just write it off as something that is ridiculously impossible for you as a conditioned soul, but at least understand that potential is there to act that way, because that's what it means to be Krishna conscious. In any case, for the sake of this quote, at least we've clarified what it means to have fully forgiven someone. It means that in their presence, you're okay. It doesn't bring up those old emotions. They're not there anymore. It's forgotten, or maybe not forgotten, but it's removed. And seeing that person is really no different than seeing anyone else. That's how you know. So if you're not there yet, you're going to need to do a little more work.